tonight, Kalida? What's our topic?
Tonight's topic is relationship goals or taboo.
So, relationship goals or taboo. I like that title because we actually did a poll where we asked our sippers what would be their ideal relationship. And from how the people voted and what some people put inside of my inbox, like what we discussed in our inbox, I feel like the majority of people voted on their fantasy relationship.
So when we say relationship, we are talking about the composition of your relationship. Like how many people are in this relationship? Is it a same-sex relationship? Is it a different sex relationship? That's what we say when we say...
How is it structured?
How is it structured?
How is it functioning? And
right.
All of that type of stuff.
Right.
And there was 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what were those?
So
Number one was...
a man and a woman. Number 2 was 2 men and 2 women. Number 3 was 2 men and 1 woman. And number 3 was 2 women and 1 man.
You got that wrong, because we had a
number 4. Number 4.
Yeah.
Number 4 was 2 women and 1 man.
And 50% of our sippers voted that they wanted
2 females and 1 man.
Who would have thought? Whoa! Yeah. So, I personally, I'm just in it. I know it might seem like, I don't think that you should ever stop exploring life, and I don't think that you ever will. For me, I personally don't think you will. But where I'm at in my life, it's just like I'm finally accepting who I am and learning about myself and playing around with the idea of what I actually want. Because now that I realize that the universe really will give me exactly what I asked for, now the universe is presenting me with different scenarios of, okay, is this what you really want? It's like showing it to me. So for me, my ideal relationship, I couldn't just choose between one. So at the top of that list would be number 1. Like, I would take on the man and the woman. Like, just a regular monogamous relationship. I feel like I could do, I have done that. I'll tell you what the second one would be underneath that would be number 4. I, not necessarily probably being in a relationship with the female, but there being a man who has a woman.
Has 2 wives.
Has 2 wives or 2 girlfriends.
Right.
The only thing on my end would be both females have to know about each other and not necessarily be dating each other or sleeping with each other, but at least know that this is what they've signed up for. Not know I'm a side or she a side, none of that bullshit. And I asked, like, some people were like, I've asked a few guys, once they said that, I was like, but would you tell both females? And one guy was like, in the perfect world, like, yeah, I would. Like, I would want to. I would want both of them to know,
To be on board.
To be on board
Nick
with
Cannon.
it. But I said, and so I was like, I feel like most men want that type. Not most men, but there are a lot of men who want that type of relationship, but they are scared to tell the females that they want that type of relationship. And then also, like we discussed behind the scenes, there are a lot of women who are already in that type of relationship.
They just don't
and
know.
they just don't know that they're in those types of relationships.
But again, I always like to say, you never know what somebody is willing to put up with or willing to deal with until you present them with that option. Once you start lying and you don't tell them, now you took away my option to decide whether or not this is what I want to deal with. And that's where the deceit and the unfairness comes in, where you feel like, and it feels horrible.
Right, because you feel like somebody played you, lied to you, didn't think you was like smart enough, or like all
it's
types.
Very insulting.
It just leaves room for someone not to feel secure and not to feel good. It just leaves too much room for that.
Doubt. Right.
So once we did that poll, we came across this list of different types of relationships. So Khalidah's gonna name the different types of relationships.
And this is just some of them. Like, this is not all of them.
That's not all of them?
No.
Okay.
So we have monogamy, we have polyintimates, we have monogamous, we have polyfidelity, swinging, we have solo polyamory, we have non-hierarchy polyamory, we have open relationship, and we have relationship anarchy.
So before we even get started, disclaimer, whatever, however you want to say it, we need to have someone on here.
A relationship expert who actually knows what these terms.
Yeah, because we're not going through all these terms. And some of them that I did try to read was confusing as fuck. Some of them came with whole full diagrams of like
how to explain what it meant. And at the same time, like I said to Michelle behind the scenes, like obviously these relationships exist because they wouldn't have a need to make these words or even explain these things to us.
And also another disclaimer, this is a non-judgment zone. So if you are in any of these type of relationships, please leave a comment. Tell us how it's working out for you. Tell us how you were introduced to this type of relationship. If your relationship is out of the norm of
non-traditional relationship.
If it's out of the norm, leave comments, let us know, tell us how you got into that type of relationship, how's it going, if you were in it and you decided, just tell us your experience with it. We don't want to hear from y'all monogamy people. We already know how y'all shit going. Terrible. It's like, so which terms on there are you familiar with?
I'm familiar with monogamy. I'm familiar with swinging. I'm familiar with open relationships. Those are the only ones that I'm familiar with. The other ones I'm not really familiar with, even though we said we were going to talk about the other ones.
Yes. And one of them I already knew.
So the one that really got me was monogamous. When
I see monogamous, I was like, and this is how she did respond. But she, the way she can't respond the same way
because it's not genuine.
But when I knew this was the reaction, she was like monogamous. What type of shit?
I was like, what the fuck is that?
I was like, as soon as I read it, I was like, I know Khalida is gonna be like, what the fuck is monogamous?
Even the definition to me sounds like an open relationship to me.
So monogamous is we are committed to each other, but we can have sex with other people.
That sounds like an open relationship.
I think the difference is because in an open relationship, you're not necessarily committed to the person. I think people have to understand what the word committed is.
Okay.
Because that's completely different from being committed to someone and just having sex with someone and just having feelings with someone is two different things. Right. I could be committed to you, and that means I'm building a life with you. That means if you're in the hospital for a week, I'm there for you. I'm calling your family. I have your back. Open relationship means we hanging out, we chilling, that's my girl, but I can talk to such and such and she's not gonna have a problem with it. But we might not even live together. We might not do anything that
sounds like a sneaky link to me.
Well, maybe, no, to me, I thought sneaky link was something completely different.
Well, to me,
open relationship is everybody knows y'all in a relationship. You even might have it on your relationship status, open relationship. But you don't have sneaky links.
But doesn't that have like a sense of commitment as well when you say that you're in an open relationship? If I say I'm in a relationship with you, even though it's open, then we have some sense of commitment to each other.
I think you probably do have some sense of commitment, but I think with monogamous, it sounds like I'm kind of faithful to you, bitch.
Right.
Like on a good day, I might might not look at nobody else. But I feel like this monogamous is when you actually really build. And we could be wrong, so leave in the comments. You know, we go live every Thursday, but on YouTube is when we post the edited version on YouTube. So when you see this on YouTube, if you have any input, let us know. Teach us, because we will be running back this episode.
Yeah, because
we're gonna have an expert.
I don't know what these things are.
So monogamous, that's what monogamous is. Committed to each other, but can have sex with other people. And so my favorite one on the list, so we only giving you 3, and I picked my favorite one on the list because I kind of think that it kind of describes where I'm currently at. And I know you're probably going to say, Michelle, you always fucking somewhere. Like, come back home and sit the fuck down.
Take a nap.
Take a nap, bitch. But I'm learning myself, and I suggest that you do the same fucking thing. I was just talking to my sister. I said, I remember when I decided not to be Christian anymore, and I was exploring different religions and stuff like this. And this girl told me, you don't know what you want to be. 1 week you this, and 1 week you talking about this. And I said when I was in my 20s, it made me feel a little bit away. But now at this age, I do not regret exploring, because that's basically what I was doing. I was learning about different religions. I was learning about different cultures. I was trying to see what resonates with me. Like, I wasn't just going to stick with the fact that this is what was given to me, and so this is where I have to stay. And a lot of people are unhappy
simply because of that.
Yes, because
they're stuck to these different types of ideals that they no longer believe and they've outgrown, but they're afraid of what's outside of those ideals.
Or just even to explore, like having that poll, doing that poll and seeing what people voted let me know that there are people who genuinely would love to be in different type of relationships, but they honestly don't feel like they can. I didn't get into details with people about why they don't feel like they can have these different types of relationships, but I think a lot of it has to do because of what family and friends will think and how they was raised and what the Bible says. Like, those are the 3 things to me. Like, what friends would say, what family would think of, and what their religious background is.
What you eat does not make me shit. How you fuck is none of my business.
But one female voted that she would have wanted to have 2 men. And can you imagine in this area?
I would have 2 husbands if I could.
Can you imagine in this area you walking around with 2 husbands, the looks and the stares and the way family would talk?
Y'all don't gotta live with me though.
So I'm going to give my one of my favorite ones, which was solo polyamorous. Now, when you look at solo polyamorous, their diagram, which gave me a little bit of headache. I hated school, y'all. I don't know how many times I said that on this episode. Like, I like learning new things, but it just depends on how I'm learning it.
How you're being taught.
Yes, how I'm being taught. Thank you. See, how I'm learning it.
You learn things without even knowing you're learning things.
So, but yeah, so that diagram, it was like all these different ways that you could be in a solo polyamorous relationship. Like, one was there could be 2 people, but you are only
intimate with
one, something like that, but you have love for both of them, and they are, you know what I mean? Like, that could be it. So, but I'm gonna tell you some of the things. They enjoy doing things alone. Who loves doing things alone? I go to dinner by myself. I go to the movies by myself. And not because I can't find somebody to go with, because I can always find somebody to go with. I have sisters and cousins. I know Kalita. So they believe that love is infinite. They have the capacity to love multiple people. Not have sex with multiple people, but actually love multiple people, that is one of my biggest issues when people say that, or females say they can't be with a man, or they talk shit about a man who has more than one wife or more than one girlfriend. Men have the ability to love, everyone does, have the ability to love more than one person and be in love with more than one person. I don't know why people think that your brain is so one track or your heart is so one track that you can only love one person. I don't think that's reality. But carry on. I'm not judging anybody if that's how you feel. Believes that all types of love are as equally valuable. My first and most important relationship is with myself. That stood out to me because I'm a big preacher on you cannot give what you do not have. So if I don't have a great relationship with myself,
those are the type of people you like. That when you don't have a great relationship with yourself, you attract the same type of people that you're mirroring yourself out to be, and that you're projecting out here.
Right. If you don't think you shit or you got a low self-esteem,
keep on getting ain't shit ass niggas.
Yup, and ain't shit ass bitches.
And it's like a catch-22 because I won't say that that's 100% true. Like that you're just gonna attract ain't shit people. Some people are healers and they attract a whole lot of broken people. Mm-hmm. But you have to know when somebody's here for help and when somebody's here as a helpmate.
Right. They don't believe in, this one is a big one for me, and I love this one. They don't believe in ownership of people, their time, their energy, or their love. Some people get in relationships with people and they think they own every aspect of you. Like if they don't get a phone call when they supposed to get it, when they think they're supposed to get a phone call, or if they need alone time, it's like a big issue. It could turn into an argument, and jealousy comes from that too. Insecurity, like you really, when you are with someone, you are here to experience them. You don't own them. Nobody belongs. Your children don't even fucking belong to you.
You know what's crazy about that? I remember having this conversation with somebody years ago, and they were like, "Well, you wouldn't." I said, "Cheating has like you can't stop anybody from doing what they want to do.
Right?
You're grown. I'm grown. You gonna do what you want to do. Right. I can't make you do anything. You cannot keep a person that does not want to be kept.
And when you don't even have to go to the level as where we're saying someone's cheating. Like, let's take cheating out of it. Like, we're all just on our own personal journeys. So if I might come to you in our relationship and just say, this is no longer where I want to be right now, or I want to explore something different. That doesn't make me a bad person because one, you don't own me. Two, I'm being upfront and honest about where I'm at in my journey. But some people really feel like once we've said we're together, that's it. Like, I'm not allowed to change my mind. I'm not allowed to grow. We have to give people the space to do what they're supposed to do and grow the way they're supposed to grow. I remember I was talking to somebody and they were telling me that they were trying to make it work with their baby mama and that person really needed their help and they really wanted to work it out with them. But the person didn't want to work it out with them really, or they was kind of fighting it. And I was like, and they were saying how the kids needed them. I said, how do you know you're not standing in the way
of her husband?
Right, or just not even a husband, just a better opportunity, something for them, a better opportunity for her, or anything. You're blocking her blessing and blocking your blessing
at the same time,
by trying to hold
selfish, because those are selfish tactics, and it's a whole lot of people that will not let people go because they're beneficial to them.
Right.
It goes deeper than just the sex thing. The sex definitely has something to do with it. Because a lot of people feel like especially men, that they own you after they had sex with you.
Yep.
That they should always be able to have sex with you. Right. It doesn't matter how much time goes back. If I want to circle the block, I should be able to circle the block because we already slept together.
Let me tell you, baby.
This is the wrong block to circle. I could have
sucked the life out of your fucking...
And I will walk past you like I ain't never sit on your fucking face.
Sucked your balls, everything. And listen, if it ain't working, it ain't fucking working.
And I get amnesia.
Real fast. Who? Huh? What?
Who was that?
What happened? I did what now?
He's lying.
I'll never say, that's one thing I won't do though. I'll never say a nigga is lying.
No.
Like,
if we really slept together, I won't say that we never slept together.
Yeah, because I don't want to make it ever seem like a nigga lying on his dick. But
y'all niggas be lying on y'all dick.
Niggas do be lying on their dicks. And that's terrible. Like, my nigga, you don't get dick. I mean,
like,
you don't
get
pussy.
pussy.
Right.
And that's the, that's.
I had one, from my understanding, from what I know of, because it might be some other.
Probably more.
But one nigga, I remember, he showed, he lied and told people I had sex with him, and I was just thinking like, why?
Right.
Like, who the fuck am I?
That's the same thing.
That you want to tell people that you had sex with me? I've never.
Nobody knows me. I'm nobody. You're not going to get any clout out of telling people that you slept with me.
But he must have thought he was. That's the weirdest shit to me, niggas who lie on their dick. That's the weirdest fucking shit. That's the weirdest shit.
Now you're never ever gonna get.
Well, you never was getting none anyway. If we was in a fleet of each other, and I didn't fuck you alright, it wasn't gonna fucking happen anyway. My nigga, seriously, this nigga was never going to see my pussy.
Yeah, when
like some niggas, you just know.
When I got lied on, I was just like so flabbergasted.
Right, you really do me. You just be sitting there
like seriously, he really said that. My God, you really said that?
Be imagining fucking.
I should tell your mother.
Imagining fucking me so much that you actually made it a reality in your mind, in your world.
You really made it up that
All right,
far.
so back to